Hello everyone! Welcome back to the channel. This is Kim aka Lego Artisan. We're starting off this video with some minor improvements on our fire station. As you can see here, I've placed in a small communications area or room, and we have here the drone, and of course we can't forget the plants around the area. As you would know, I would always place rooftop gardens wherever I can, so that the building won't look like just the bricks and walls and windows. So we always want to add some greenery, plants, and all sorts of stuff for additional details. And I'll be opening up the building to show some more improvements that were suggested by the viewers. So here's the communications room where you have the radio here, and then just a coffee maker and a mug on the side, just so people could stay awake. I'm going to replace the brown door frame with the white one once I get another piece for that. But overall, this is just a simple room for communications and for access to our rooftop garden / drone pad. Okay, let's go on to the lower level. So one of the comments was just to add a newspaper or magazine for people to read while they're in the office. So I place it near the guitar, and to move the fireman's pole a lot closer to the exit or the entryway here, so that they will have an easier access to it. I reflected that as well in the ground floor, and other than that, the building has remained the same, and overall it looks nice and detailed, even though it technically has a small space in a 16 wide building. So again, I will just need to replace these windows with translight blue, and we should all be done for this mock for now. The main part of the video is for us to show the different modulars and their position in our Lego town, and also to explain why I placed those modulars in certain positions that they are in now. This is for us to have an idea of where we could put our Lego modular buildings in our Lego town or city that will maximize the space usage, the aesthetically pleasing designs, and to emphasize the different strengths of certain modulars that we have in our Lego town. This way, we can make our Lego town or city much better than it would have been if we didn't plan our layout. So let's start off with the first one in the far end corner of our Lego town. The medical clinic and the fire station are in the far end corner, where they are the best position that they can be, just beside the police station. So here we can see that they are able to showcase the red and translight blue colors, and it will really pop out even if they're far away, and they match well with the busy layout that we have here with the police station. Considering that it's just beside the Daily Bugle, the police station works best here, wherein it can showcase the soap suds advertisement as well as its facade without being too dominant with its height and size. Also, we can see the donut shop and part of the police station, which is the sand green, more than it would have been if we put it in a different location. The next part is the corner garage. Well, we've seen the corner garage in a lot of Lego cities, and the main reason that I placed this here is that since it has that diagonal corner to it, it doesn't block the view that we have for the medical clinic, the fire station, and the police station. So it works best here, and it's also in the busy street where you could definitely use the gas station, where you have here roads on each side, and the height really fits well with the other modulars that we have here. Now I placed these three modulars, which are the Crown Jewel, Town Square Pub, and Town Square Corner, right beside each other due to their similar heights and aesthetics. I mean, they do have similar looks to them, where they are sort of like boxy or square type modular buildings, and they fit the theme well with sort of more of the city style large scale buildings compared to the houses or residential areas that we have in other parts of our Lego town. So that's why I fit them all here. And as you can see here, I didn't put the Crown Jewel and the Town Square Corner beside each other due to the color scheme or the similarities that they have in terms of their colors. The same goes for the police station and the Crown Jewel. I tried to make the modular building locations with similar color schemes separate, or at least in between a different modular, so that it doesn't look too monochromatic. And then we separate the area with another street, and then on this part it's more of the European style buildings where you have some curves, angled roofs, some gribbles on the sides, which make it look like different styles of buildings compared to what we have here. So for the boutique hotel, this works well as a corner, and considering that we have here the seamstress shop, which also has a ladder on this side or stairs, it is able to showcase the small area that it has here without being overshadowed by a big building. So I think this works well. Also, the color scheme, although not 100% the same, have some similarities where you have those sand greens, which complement each other really well. On the side of the boutique hotel is Wayne Hotel. As the name suggests, Wayne Hotel is another hotel which complements the boutique hotel here, wherein this one would be the area where visitors or tourists would come in and stay for a few days. Coming down from the European style that we have on the top level, we also now have here the European Jazz Cafe, which really works well in this corner, where it's just beside the chapel that we have and the train station here. So I placed it in this area because the modular building is really quite big and might dominate the entire layout if it's not placed right in a certain location. And what I did was I placed it just beside the Hogwarts modular moments, where you have sort of like a university or an academy. And the main reason why I placed them together is first because of the modulars being right at the edge of the base plates for each one. So I wanted to make use of the space here in front and maximize and not waste any space at the back. This is the case for most of the modulars that we have here. As you can see, they are all at the back. As you can see, they are all at the edge of the base plates that they are placed in, where they're right in the... As you can see, they are all at the edge of the base plates that they are placed in, where they're right in the edge of the cliff that we have. So no space is wasted in front or at the back. This is also the main reason why I changed or moved the Parisian restaurant by 4 studs to the back so that we'll be able to maximize the usage of the front, where you have now here some more space for people to walk in and have different scenes. For La Locanda, it's the same case wherein you have here the buildings just at the back. And I think it works well where you have all of them creating a scene where you have different people, different scenes here, and you don't waste any space at the back. Also, I placed them right in front of the train railway or train tracks, so we'll be able to see the train pass by, and the minifigures will have a nice view as well. For the train station, I placed it here, and for now it's really fixed in this position because it's the only way we can access the train and have a somewhat realistic train station here, although it's curved. We cannot place it anywhere here where it will cover up the rest of the modular buildings, and if we placed it in any position here, it will be facing backwards. So the best position that I could think for it is here, which also opens up the area here where people could have an access to the train station going to different places in our Lego town. So I intend to put more modular buildings here later on. Now, starting off on this side, we have the Daily Bugle. I think this is the best position that we have given the height and the different scenes that it creates in our Lego town. Being next to the police station makes sense, although it's quite difficult to have the policemen trying to go to this side with the height difference, and they have to take the stairs here where you actually have the Avengers fighting off Captain America zombie. Anyway, for the Daily Bugle, it also makes sense to have our medium size or small size, depending on how you would see it, Avengers Tower. Although their color schemes are the same, they have the scenes closed up where you have everything happening in terms of the Marvel scenes. So it's best to just have them together and create these dynamic poses for the minifigures rather than have them separate into locations in our Lego town. Next, we have the sitcom suites. The sitcom suites works well here, wherein it sort of separates the Avengers from the rest of the buildings, because this is more of the casual building apartment types that we have. Although we have characters here like the Sesame Street ones and New Girl, also Queer Eye right at the ground floor, and they are tall enough that they won't get blocked by the other modular buildings that we have in front. The same goes for our infamous sit complex. Having the sit complex here along with the tall buildings make it so that we can see them all, and we can even have a closer look at them due to the space in between the modular buildings. And it's a way for us to maximize the aesthetics, the height, and the space without being too cramped in our Lego town. The next one, although it's not a modular building, is the haunted house. The same reason why I placed that here, and as you can see as we zoom out, all the tall buildings are right at the back portion of the town, where we could still see them and enjoy their different views or scenes without blocking the other modular buildings. Now, this is where it's a bit sketchy when I place the other modular buildings. So here we have the McAllister Mansion, the modification of the Home Alone set. I'm not sure if this is the best position that we can make for this one, but for now I think it works. It's the same height as the other modular buildings here, which is not too tall, and we can still see the other modulars at the back. Although it's a residential one, it fits the color scheme well enough, where after the McAllister Mansion we have the outdoor sports shop with a supermarket, a dojo, a barber shop, and all sorts. So this is sort of like a pseudo residential commercial area where you also have the bookstore and the apartment or house. Then you have the El Cubo Fine Art Cafe. The main reason why I placed these modular buildings here is because of their width or depth, wherein they have spaces at the back. That means we can maximize the usage of our Market Street here and also use the back portion of each modular building. Unlike if we had, say for example, the assembly square where it would occupy the back end portion as well, making our Market Street a lot narrower and more cramped. So I think this works best for this position. Splitting up this area is our fun fair, where on the other side you would have the diner and the bowling alley. The main reason why I have this one is because of the base plates that they have, which is the tan colored one representing the beach area. So we can also find here our Tiki Surf bar with the tan plates and a bit of sea already there. This is not yet finished, but like I mentioned in my previous videos, I do intend to have this as our beach area, and I think these two modular buildings here work well being in front of the beach, where you could say have food in the diner, play bowling and all sorts, and then after that go to the beach, right? On a great weekend or weeknight even. So that's it for our small tour of the locations of the modular buildings that we have in our Lego town. The main reasons why I placed the modulars where they are now is to maximize the space that we have here, meaning we don't have a lot of space in our Lego town, so we try to limit the areas where space would be wasted, like back of the modular buildings or in certain corners where we couldn't normally place a modular building, but if we arrange things properly, we could actually do that. Another reason is not to place the similar color scheme modulars right next to each other. Having one or two modular buildings with different colors that separate each other would work well, where we can show a diverse city layout even though we have limited space. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something about trying to do your layout for the Lego town or Lego city. And if you're interested in any of the MOCs that were shown here, I do have the instructions for most of them on rebrickable.com, belverbricks.com, mocsmarket.com, and some other sites. Also, if you have some comments or suggestions on some placements of the modulars that would make them more useful or more beautiful in our Lego town, please let me know in the comments down below. Please also remember to like and subscribe. Also click the notification bell so you'll be notified when I release new videos. Until next time, I hope you keep enjoying Lego and have a great day ahead. Bye!